So this part of the video is called Let's Make Jamaica Better Again. You could call me your favorite blogger, vlogger / politician. I have noticed a very disturbing trend going on in Jamaica as it pertains to social media, specifically TikTok. I have noticed that there's a whole lot of lowlifes that are getting famous and even worse in the dancehall space as it pertains to Spice, as it pertains to RT Boss, as it pertains to Shelly and Macka Diamond, all involved. So what I've decided to do, I link with my politician friends, high people in a low places, and I said, seeing that there are 50 trucks that are coming in for the WSMA garbage collection, Jamaica have a big garbage problem on social media in the dancehall space. Why don't you guys let me lease these trucks from you, these 50 new trucks, and clean up the corruption, clean up the lowlife, the scumbags in a society, including the people on TikTok, including the people in the dancehall space, Spice and our combo them. Because we see Spice, RT Boss, The Angel, Macka Diamond, any and everybody that is involved is giving Jamaica a black eye. And this is based on a song that Spice came out with, some sorts of granny song, wherever 2085 it named, me not even remember. What I also find very disturbing is that the most interesting topic on social media, YouTube, the biggest buzzing topic is mix-up as it pertains to that. Just watch the views, and people, I am not bad-minding anybody's views. If that is what you want to broadcast, like me say, you catch a fool, you use them. It is a law of supply and demand. A smart person does whatever, maximize their earning potential. So therefore, that is not the problem. What I realize with this is that the person who initiated all of this is the person that is now squealing like when you fling some sorts of stone in the hog pen. That is Spice. She is acting as if she is the victim. So the question that I have to ask is this: how are you playing some sorts of victim role when you are the instigator? You made a song and you call up some names. You might have not said them directly. However, everybody and their mother with an iota of sense knew exactly who you were talking about. So now you are cussing with the people, specifically RT Boss, that was your spiritual advisor, Obiaman. Confirm. So now that relationship has gone sour and you are called up Fim name and expose Fim secret, he is exposing your secret because you guys were once cronies, you were once cumbelos, so therefore you were on the same agenda for use Obia for boss or you for boss him for the Obia. So therefore there was an exchange of Obia for wealth and fame. So now everything gone bitter, everybody expose everybody. People, that is the definition of Jamaican mix-up people, in which Spice and RT Boss are the worstest of the worstest. Now as it pertains to RT Boss, I realize that he's been making several posts. One time him claims say him lock up. One time he claims say him DEAD. I am confused because I don't know what to believe, don't know what to take as any sorts of seriousness. Now, you and I, or anybody with any sorts of sense, knows that RT Boss is one of the biggest scammer. And what perplexes me and what confuses me is that this man is always bragging, showing house, showing car, talking about how much money him have. Now that him lock up, him want people to help him. Forget bail, forget lawyer. So now this thief, scammer and crook is proposing that if you help him to get this $100,000, you are going to get some sort of return on your investment. People, if you invest in a pig belly, there will be no sort of return. This man, while he was acting as if he is rich, him flipped the script. And now he is poor, now he is broke. and he wants you to help him. Sensible people in Jamaica, and the worst thing is that these people, these women especially, are so desperate, they will actually send him the money in return so that he can get them back with their man or whatever it is. People, I don't understand the stupidity of Jamaican. I don't understand what is going on with these low-life Spice and our combo of them, because that is exactly what she is. Yes, she has talent. Yes, she has ability. Don't know why you have everything going for you. You are touring. However, you get entangled in a dirty bung, and it is not as if people call you or draw you out. You was the instigator in all of this. However, her fans is going to see it differently. People always are pick on her. People just hate her. People just bad mind her. That is BS. Now, people, what is even worse? RT Boss exposed some picture of Spice. And people, yes, they are not as bad as in the past, where there was some sorts of picture in which Spice front looked like it ended up in some sorts of head-on collision. Not to disturb me, just I say that picture looked very bad, whether it was Photoshop or not. And just for clarity, the picture that I am speaking about was one when she was performing and she lift up her foot, and I guess the Chinese Versace tear out. Not to say she cannot afford the real stuff, but me just I say it tear out, exposing all of her good, well, not so good goods. These pictures are now posted on some sorts of website I am not going to say. 3 pictures are out there. One picture, she lay down on her back, and the man over her insert him little teely, and you could see the facial expression. The next one, the guy was laying on his back, she was on all fours, and she had the rifle in her mouth, as if she was about to commit some sorts of, you know what I talk about. The next one, she lay down on her back, people. I am not going to even lie. Don't know the date when these were released or taken. Don't know who released them. However, this is a bad reflection on Spice. So the moral of the story is this. Whenever you start ish and ish happens to you, like I've always said, don't start no ish, won't be no ish. For every action, there's an equal, sometimes not equal reaction. And you might regret instigating, starting any sorts of ish. Because at the end of the day, most of these people are nobodies. Spice is the big artist, the big personality in all of this. So therefore, people are trying to get hype. But don't get it twisted. Spice is just as guilty in all of this. She is an equal participant. Spice is not only the queen of dancehall. Spice is the queen of publicity stunts. She will do anything to get any sorts of relevance. Not to say that she does not need it or she needs relevance, but people may just assure you. These people are desperate low lives, and their action speaks everything, volume, point blank and period. So if you look at your screen, there are a couple of pictures up there. This is what we call Jamaican rum cake, fruit cake, black cake. Mostly popular in a Christmas. However, this can be used for any and all occasions, including weddings, birthday, or just daily use. Like I said, I have tasted this cake on a couple of occasions, so therefore I can tell you that it is the most delicious one I have ever tasted. The person that is selling this, it is called Aunt Glenna's Premium Rum Cake. Premium being the operative word. You can contact her straight, 1-876-456-0773. Leave a message, whether it is WhatsApp or straight. Tell her that True Jamaica Buzz, Jamaica Dancehall Source sent you. The cakes are in £2, £3, £4, and £5. The price is dependent on that. I told her, listen, satisfaction guarantee. If people are not satisfied, you need to do whatever you need to do to make sure they are satisfied. That is the only way I am going to post this. So people, again, phone number 1-876-456-0773. Tell her I mean send you, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news while we're on the topic or theme of mix-up, passa and all sorts of BS is a little contention that we see between Jeffrey and the next person walk and talk. Two very strong personality. They were the co-hosts of a show, let's be honest. Honestly, a very good show. Honestly, very good interviewers. Honestly, very good collaboration. Match made in heaven. However, that heaven would soon turn to hell because we are dealing with Jamaicans. Two Jamaicans that have some sorts of ego. Now, people, ego can be interpreted as being arrogant or being hype, while that person might just be confident. It is up to interpretation. However, me not really think that Jeffrey have too much humble pie or has had too much humble pie, but I think after this experience, he might. So now this all started with some sorts of contention because Jay is friends with a set of artists, namely Valiant and him Camp. Don't remember that artist. That artist had some sort of song. However, it seems as if Walk and Talk was downplaying that song, saying yes, it's probably the baddest girl song, but not the baddest song out there. Those people took some sorts of feeling, including Jeffrey, because he thought that his artist friend finally got the broke in the business or the breaking of the business, and Walk and Talk or downplay his song, I guess. So therefore, he was not promoting him like he thought that he should. Now people, like me say, two strong character. Mr. Walk and Talk, I'm own man, Jeffrey, likewise. However, some sorts of interaction happen at some sorts of studio. And them at this Walk and Talk because they went there for some sorts of dub plates. That kind of EXPLODED, and there was some sorts of backlash on social media with Jay and Walk and Talk going back and forth at it. However, surprisingly to most people, including myself, Jeffrey did his show again and he introduced Walk and Talk and said, listen, them are friends for life like Chucky. However, we saw that it was not real, and I am not going to say that it was no sort of publicity stunt. However, people's egos and feelings were crushed, and they just put up a good face. It was pretty much fake. It was not going to last. Fast forward a day or two ago, we saw that Walk and Talk came with his own program, podcast, Let's Be Truth or something like that it is called. And he was interviewing one of those individuals from Zojak. And he made some damning allegations against Jay, that Jay don't respect him. Jay wants him to be some sort of yes man. And when his mother saw the interview or interaction between himself and Jay, she was saying to him, that is how you're going to make your kid see you as some sort of waste man where people can just diss and piss upon. You need to stand up as if you have some sort of backbone, some sort of ball, some sort of intestinal fortitude. So therefore, he did his own show. But the thing that I found funny when he decided to name his show or podcast, he named it Let's Be Truths. Jay's one is Let's Be Honest. People, I understand if you read people and there's a saying that goes something like this, imitation is the best form of flattery, something that I don't agree with. Me just say, it seems as if you want to be that person, or it seems as if you could not find a name that distance you from that person. So therefore, it sounded like some sorts of spin-off. I think that Jay had some sort of problem with that. So anyway, Walk and Talk started his own program, and people should be told. Sometimes people are leaders, sometimes people are followers. I don't think that Walk and Talk is a follower. So therefore, sooner or later, they would have parted ways because these egos were going to clash, and that is exactly what took place. So therefore, Jay had his program already that is successful, Walk and Talk, because of the mix-up, because of his character, because of the type of person that he is going to have success. He has charm, he has charisma, and he is kind of hilarious. So therefore, people are always going to like him because he has some sense of humility, unlike Jay. Now, people like me say, people are free to act how they feel to act. if them feel as if them get a level of success. There's a saying that I always quote. NEIGA cannot stand promotion, and people, it is so right. Jay started this program, people like him. However, he don't realize that his ego was getting too big for him. Once him start knocking with artists, once him start buy that Benz, and people like me say, you work hard, you can buy whatever you want to buy. It is called constructive criticism, which I know the sensitive itch-ass eagers probably take it out of context. I don't give a F-U-C-K. At the end of the day, like me say, you cannot violate anybody. You cannot have anybody and want that person to be your yes man when that person is a leader. You cannot have that person try to cuff that person or try to tell that person the same thing when me like or who me defend. That is who you want to defend. That is not democratic. That is what we call dictatorship. Nobody is going to submit to that, especially if you have sense and if you have options, which walk and talk do or does. So people, at the end of the day, like me say, walk and talk was probably saying, listen, me have the ability, me have the God-given skills to do my own program. Why should I be sharing this platform with this man when I can do my own thing and have 100% of the proceeds from YouTube or Google come towards me? However, people, as a brilliant person in a mathematics, it is said that 10% of $1 billion or gazillion dollar is better than 100% of $100. So therefore, do the maths. Are you going to be better together or better apart? Then when you get that answer, and I understand if egos and clash and there is no sort of reconciliation, then people have to go left and people go right. But at the end of the day, don't let your ego get the best of you. Don't be pound-wise and penny-foolish. Don't be ego-wise and flop yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Many persons have come on social media with a whole bunch of hype. However, them ego or them attitude, there's a saying that goes something like this. Your attitude determines your altitude. So therefore, don't hype until you hype out yourself. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.